One of the most iconic weapons in Fallout New Vegas is undoubtedly the service rifle, with its distinctive wooden furniture. Today we're looking at its unique variant, the Survivalist Rifle that comes from the Honest Hearts DLC. Packing 10 shots of a powerful 12.7mm cartridge, the Survivalist Rifle is a powerful weapon for dangerous enemies. So what do we know about this weapon and its possible real-life counterparts? Well, we can tell it's lived a hard life and is in a state of improvised repair. The front sight is bent to the left, and the wooden furniture is held on with improvised attachments. Markings on the lower receiver indicate that, canonically, the rifle was issued to a Canadian unit for the purpose of protecting checkpoints, both from pedestrian and vehicular threats. The caliber of 12.7mm is kind of vague, but we know that 12.7mm equates to half an inch or 50 caliber. So, in my opinion, it would be safest to assume that the Survivalist Rifle is based on the real-world 50 Beowulf caliber. Designed as a conversion caliber, any standard AR-15, M16, or M4 can be converted to 50 Beowulf simply by popping out two pins and replacing the upper receiver. Designed to maximize power out of a standard AR-15 frame, the 50 Beowulf uses a much larger case to push a 50 caliber bullet. In doing so, it sacrifices effective range and lowers the magazine count from 30 in a standard magazine to just 10. However, the massive increase in stopping power has practical uses in a variety of scenarios. Originally envisioned for law enforcement and military, it was designed as a cartridge that would be implemented at checkpoints and roadblocks. The 50 caliber bullet could easily smash into engine components, and if it had to be fired through a windshield, would go through much more straight than a small caliber .22 bullet, which would be easily deflected by the glass. In civilian use, it's commonly used for hunting, such as for razorback hogs, where the animals are large and hard to stop, and also present a threat to the hunter at close range. For comparison, a standard military 5.56mm cartridge can shoot a bullet weighing between 55 and 62 grains at between 3,000 and 3,200 feet per second out of a full-length rifle barrel. The 50 Beowulf shoots a much heavier bullet between 300 and 400 grains, usually in the neighborhood of 1,800 feet per second. In terms of muzzle energy, a 5.56mm cartridge can produce about 1,700 foot-pounds. The 50 Beowulf varies depending on the bullet weight and load more so than 5.56, but some loads can exceed 2,500 foot-pounds, a significant increase in power. Obviously, this increase in power also creates a significant increase in recoil. This is most likely why we can see what appears to be a compensator attached to the Survivalist Rifle, which would be used to reduce recoil and muzzle jump on the part of the shooter. The 50 Beowulf cartridge is under patent and produced in a proprietary manner by manufacturer Alexander Arms. Because of this, other companies may not use the name or dimensions, which Alexander Arms generally refuses to license to other manufacturers. However, other manufacturers may create the same case dimensions under the more generic name 12.7 by 42 millimeters. It's possible that this, along with the need to differentiate from the 50 machine gun cartridge already in the game, is why the guns are labeled 12.7mm. Also of note are two other guns in the game, the 12.7mm pistol and SMG. Although these do not have real-world counterparts, it's unlikely that they would be chambered in 50 Beowulf because the magazine length would be incredibly unwieldy for a semi-automatic pistol, where the magazine feeds through the grip. It's more likely that these guns are chambered in something like 50 Action Express, such as the Desert Eagle, but because the Survivalist Rifle has the closest to a real-world counterpart, we're going to go with that, which is the 50 Beowulf. And that's all I have for information today on the Survivalist Rifle as it relates to real-world firearms. I'm trying a new, shorter, more compact format today, as opposed to some of my longer, more in-depth videos on other firearms. Let me know what you think and which one you prefer in the comments so I can focus my creative efforts accordingly. If you do like this type of content, I'd love to see you subscribe so you can be notified for more videos. And until then, as always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.